What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Gojira. Yes, indeed, Gojira Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Black3142, and Black3142 want to see me react to this song by Gojira called The Art of Dying. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, wait a second. Yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Gojira RR. Yeah, Gojira RR. Two R's and no spaces, all one word. And the video has 7.3 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Gojira, The Art of Dying. There we go. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Oh. Almost 10-minute long song. Oh boy. All right. Locked in with the ride. And from Rise to China.
Don't see
lock in with the cymbal, the lead cymbal, whether it be the ride or the China, he switches between the two. You lock in with that, you're going to be just fine. You absolutely will. It's 4/4, straight ahead 4/4 time. The drummer is having a lot of fun with placement of the snare on offbeats, a lot of offbeat usage, putting 3 hits into a measure, sometimes putting 4 hits into a measure, all in off or odd, either on off, like playing around with 8th and 16th note patterns. It's odd, yes. It's not just your straight ahead, snare on 2 and 4. When there's no vocals on it. The minute we get into the main meat and potatoes of the song, we get into the verse. You can feel a definite 4/4 pattern. It becomes a lot clearer. It's in a halftime feel, so snare's only on the 3, but it's defined and it's definitely there. And then we switch up into, I believe it's the chorus. We go more into a straight ahead feel, snare on 2 and 4. The guitar work, the chordal progression, utilizing is what's literally a half step up. What would that be? It'd be D. So D to D sharp. And back to the D, up to the D sharp. And just kind of ever so slightly bending it just enough to make it go just slightly off keter from the root note and then back down to the root again for the release. Not the first band I've seen do that. I've seen other bands do that too, but they're doing a good job of it. They are. They're getting that uneasy feeling with that, that little bit of a bend, little bit of a vibrato, and then the release to the open D. I like it. It sounds good. It sounds heavy. It sounds thick. And it fits perfectly with what's going on within the feel of the drums in that halftime feel, without question. From an instrumental standpoint, from a songwriting standpoint, I got no issues with this. I got no issues with it at all. It sounds good. Vocally, you know how I feel about pure grit and growl, guys. But now, in all fairness, what we're hearing is not pure grit and growl. There are melodic undertones. There are those subharmonic notes within his grit and growl. There is pitch. You have to look for it. You have to search for it. But it is there. Once you find it and lock into it, you can see what's going on, but there's no variation. It's the same style of vocal the entire time. I know there are people who love that, and there are people who, thrill for that and are just absolutely enthralled with it. I am not one of those people. I'm just not. I like clean vocals. I do. I appreciate grit and growl. Yes, absolutely. And when there is that balance between the two, that's when we're in the butter zone. If we get like a 60% clean melodic singing vocal with 40% grit and growl style vocal, I'm thrilled when that happens, man. I'm absolutely thrilled when that happens. Are we going to get that with this? No. I know we're not going to get that with this. But, what the vocalist is doing, how he's doing it, fits the context of the song, and it's being done well. So I may not personally be the biggest fan of it, but I got no complaints about it. It is what it is. And it's being done well, so I can't really criticize it. So anyway, one last thing. Long song, almost 10 minutes long. So far, so good. The song's about dragon. It's keeping me interested. It's keeping me vested. Everything that we've heard so far makes sense. So I got no issues with it so far. So far. Let's see how it turns out by the end of the song.
To continue after all I have been through.
turn it up here? Nope. They are! It is triplets. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, that is deceiving. It throws you off. If you're not locked in, boy, you can get lost on that journey real quick. Especially considering the fact what's happening within the drumming. Game that keeping that halftime feel with the placement of the snare on 3, but though that double kick is just redonkulous. Okay, here's the thing. The tempo's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the tempo, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It would be eighths. That'd be 16s. That 30-second notes. At this tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. At that tempo, 30-second notes on that double kick. Dear Lord, if he goes much faster, he's gonna achieve pitch. It's gonna be amazing. That's impressive double kick work to be sure. Okay. No, the drumming is definitely impressive. I'm still kind of geeking out over the whole triplet feel with the against the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's very well done. Very, very well done. Let's keep going here. What's the couplets on that? That's 6 couplets. All right. Hey. So that halftime feel. Measure phrase. 3, 2, 3, 4, back and forth. This section's interesting because this is how I'm counting it. This is how I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it's in a halftime feel. We still got that tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Snare placement on 3 and only on 3 to give it that halftime feel. But it's a 3-measure phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Back to 1 again. Now, here's where things get interesting. It could be interpreted as actual halftime. Not halftime feel, but we actually could have changed from straight time to halftime. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be the same thing as having the snare on 3 of every measure. But instead of a 4-4, we're in 6-4 at a halftime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to 1. It could be that. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying it could be that, or it could be how I'm counting it, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As a 3-measure phrase, or 1 measure of 6-4 at halftime. You can look at it either way, and it will work. It will line up. This is where it comes down to personal interpretation. How do you feel it? Do you feel it like I do? Straight time, snare on 3 with a halftime feel, or, that straight time with a halftime feel, snare on 3 and a 3-measure phrase, or do you feel it as actual halftime, 1 measure of 6-4 with the snare on the 2, the 4, and the 6? It'll be interesting to see in the comments how many people feel it the way I feel it and how many people feel it the other way. It'll be really interesting in the comments to see what type of a ratio we have. I can guarantee you it won't be 50-50. It's going to be probably somewhere between 70 to 80% one way and 30 to 20% the other way. I just don't know if I'm on the 20 to 30% side or if I'm on the 70 to 80% side. I don't know. I do not know. Let me know in the comments what you're feeling on that section, because I'm actually really curious to know. Call it a social experiment, if you will. But I'm really curious to see how the comments go. It could go either way. It really could. It feels good both ways. I hear a fade. It's fading. We still got 2 minutes to go. Don't tell me this is like a 2-minute linear fade. More than that. Almost 2.5-minute linear fade. Come on, don't tell me that. There's gotta be more. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Backmasking. What if this is leading into something? Maybe this is a lead into the next song. That's gotta be a lead in into the next song. It's gotta be. Long lead in. A long lead in and a very long linear fade. Ugh. I don't know about that ending. Look, up until about, seriously, up until about the 7-minute mark, we were fine. We were absolutely fine. Up until about the 7 to 7.5 minute mark, 7.5 minute mark, we were fine. And then I started to hear that fade, and I'm like, looking at the time going, we still have over 2 minutes to go. We're pulling a linear fade? Why? To elongate it? What's the purpose? What's the point? Doesn't make any sense. Other than purely for the sake of elongating it. Making it longer, honestly, than it really needed to be. I would have cut that in half. At least half, maybe a quarter. Even that, even a quarter would be like over 30 seconds. 30 seconds of linear fade. What's the point? I don't get it. I do not understand the reasoning behind that. And then the backmasking, the only thing I can think of is it's a lead into the next song on the album. Even then, I think the lead in was like, what, 43 seconds? I think was about right. 43, 46, somewhere in there. That long of a lead in into the next song? I will say this, it's an easier pill to swallow than a 2 minute long linear fade. Still not sure about it. Anyway, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Gojira with The Art of Dying. This was a request from Black3142. Okay, I thought about it. I took everything into account and I have a score. And here's the thing. I really hope everybody gives me a chance to explain how I came up with the score before everybody decides to jump on me, because I know how people can be about their favorite bands and how protective they can be, and sometimes they jump the gun before listening to my explanation as to how it happened. So we'll see. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully people will listen. Hopefully people will give me a chance before they jump on me. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, let's start with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1. What does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great skill rating. So overall, I think this is a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.1, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I want everybody to listen to this phrase, and I really want everybody to take this to heart, okay? There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, okay? Remember that? There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, all right? Remember that, because it's going to come into play a couple of times through the course of this review. For the most part, I enjoyed what I heard. I was really liking what I heard. I love the openness to interpretation that this song maintains through about 80% of the song. I was feeling it as a halftime feel, but with a tempo of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. I felt that tempo was maintained throughout the entire song once the song kicked in. Now I know there's going to be other people who are going to disagree with me, and they're going to say it was halftime. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And listen, I am not disagreeing with those people. Okay, I'm not. That could absolutely that is absolutely valid. Absolutely. If that's how you're feeling it, great. More power to you. I felt it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And the reason for that is you lock in with the cymbal. I mean, if you just lock in with the cymbal on the downbeats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, whether it be the ride or the crash or the China especially, it really will not lead you astray. Now again, argument could be made, it's on eighth notes with a halftime feel. Listen, I'm not arguing that. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying how I felt. Either way it works. And that's one of the beautiful things about music, especially music like this, is it's open to interpretation. I really dug a couple of parts in particular. When we went into that section where we were talking about if we were in that straight time, it was a 3-bar phrase, snare on the 3 of each measure within those 3 bars. Or it could be a halftime, snare on 2, 4, and 6, of a 6/4 measure. Take your pick. Either one will work. For consistency, I would say, here's the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's your tempo, with the snare on 3 of each measure within a 3-bar phrase. Again, that's just how I'm interpreting it. For the sake of consistency, that's how I'm feeling it. I also love that triplet section where, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Triplet. I dug that. I love the subdivision work. It felt good. It was a nice, refreshing breakup. Helped break up the monotony of what could have been a very monotonous section. Luckily, it wasn't. The musicianship across the board, I thought, was fantastic, especially the drumming. Again, discrepancy between, or interpretation between, halftime and straight time. I'm going with the straight time. At that tempo, there was that one section where the double kick at this tempo went into 30-second notes. Guys, if you go much faster than that, you're going to achieve pitch. It's it's not going to take a whole lot more. That and knowing from what I've heard in the comments, okay, I'm not going to argue this. I'm not going to bring this up as a, I'm trying to stir stuff up. I'm not trying to stir stuff up. From what I've read in the comments, most of the comments are conducive, and they say that the guy doesn't use triggers. There has been a couple of comments in the past, though, where they do say he does use triggers just, to assist. Listen, I don't know. I'm not the guy. I'm not him, and I'm not his drum tech. So that's open to speculation. All I'm saying is, however he does it, whether he does it with triggers or not, it's pretty impressive. Even using triggers, even if he was using triggers, he still has to be accurate on 16ths to get those 30 seconds. So you got to be dead on accurate. If you're off the slightest bit, it's going to train wreck. So even if it is triggers, I'm not saying it is. Even if it is triggers, it's still impressive. the drumming, without question, was the highlight from a musicianship standpoint. The vocals, listen, I get it. I understand that the style of vocals that he's utilizing for this style of song, it fits, it's appropriate, it works. And how well he was doing it cannot be expressed enough that he was doing a fine job doing it, okay? The grit and growl vocal with those harmonic undertones mixed in. You gotta look for them, you gotta search for them, but they are there, okay? Having said that, though, I'm still not the biggest fan of that style. I don't think I ever will be. Not when that's it, you know? Now, like I said, there have been bands in the past, lots of bands in the past that have, you know, had that blend of, you know, 60% clean melodic vocal with 40% grit and growl. I love that. I absolutely love that. I can even handle 50-50. Even 50-50, I can still enjoy that. But when it's nothing but grit and growl vocal, I'm just like, eh. And I know it's not pure grit and growl, but it's the same vocal style throughout the entire song. Conducive to the style of the song, yes, absolutely. Fitting the song, absolutely, again, without question. Done well, no question about that whatsoever. Just personal taste, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Honestly, I had, if the entire song had been based around, I would say, the middle 7 minutes of the song, if that were it, this score would have been higher. Absolutely. I would have put this probably like an 8.6, 8.7. The intro. Okay, now listen. The intro, I understand it. I do get it. Okay? They had that tribal feel going, but it was being utilized in a way to set up what was going to happen later on with the snare. You would hear those hits, and they would line up, and it would eventually evolve into snare hits. Same rhythmic pattern. I get it. I see it. I understand it. Do you remember the phrase I asked you to remember at the beginning of my review? There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. There was really no reason for that pattern to ramble on for 45 seconds. I honestly, I think that was a little bit of overkill. They could have done that in 20 to 25 seconds, gotten the exact same effect, set it up just as well, and we would have gotten the message. But for it to drag out, you know, for over 40 seconds, almost a minute, a little too much, in my opinion. I just don't see the reasoning for it. I mean, Gojira fans are pretty intelligent people, and they'll get the hint. I guarantee you. You don't need to hammer it home for over a minute, guys. You really don't. And then there was that ending. I do not get it. I don't understand the reasoning for a linear fade that lasted over 2 minutes. I do not understand. They could have cut that in half easily. Honestly, they could have cut that into a quarter. They could have done a 30-second linear fade, and it would have been a lot easier pill to swallow. Again, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Don't get me wrong, I like the riff. I do like the riff. I do. But for that long of a linear fade, what purpose did that serve? Other than elongation, other than adding fluff. I don't see any other reason other than that, honestly. And then that backmasking lead-in, that has got to be a lead-in to the next song. It has to be, right? I don't know. I don't know what the next song is. I've never heard the next song. I'm assuming that is a lead-in into the next song. Even then, a 43-second long lead-in? Really? Is that necessary? I don't think so. It was the same looping riff over and over and over again. Again, they could have cut that in half, and it would have been just as effective. So I just felt like the ending, there was a lot of fluff. A lot of fluff. And the beginning, a little. I mean, not nearly as much as the ending. But the fluff was a little bit present in the very beginning, too. I felt it was just a little overinflated. Not to the extent of the ending, though. The ending was just out of control. And that's why I didn't, as much as I wanted to, I really wanted to give this a higher score. I wanted to put this up in like 8.6, 8.7 range. But because of the beginning, and especially because of the ending, I just didn't feel comfortable. So 8.1, that's where we're at. It's still a great score. It is. Nothing changes. 8.1 is still a great score, just like an 8.6 or an 8.7 would be. It's still getting 4 out of 5 stars, just like an 8.6 or an 8.7. The only difference is the letter grade. It would have gotten an A instead of an A-. Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a river. Anyway, 8.1, I feel that is exactly the score that this song deserves. A lot of really nice things happening in there, a lot of great things happening in there. It just hadn't been for the beginning and especially that ending. But in any case, 8.1, that's where we're at, that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.